What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. Today we are going to take a look at Robin from Batman Forever, and if you are interested in this figure, you can head over to bigbadtoystore.com. This figure is actually on sale. You can click the link down below, $4 shipping, double box your item, put on a pile of loot if you want to. But yeah, let's take a look at this. So I held on from purchasing this and Batman for over a year. Although I'm a DC guy. You can tell from my logo, I'm a DC guy. I will buy anything DC, but not right away. As a matter of fact, that is my mantra for a lot of Hot Toys. Because, some of them go down in value, so I can get them for cheap, like this. Some of them don't. Most don't anymore. I'm not gonna lie to you. But my patience have paid off, at least for this one, and also Batman. I knew what I was going to when I got this. I knew he didn't come with a lot of accessories. I knew he couldn't pose. I knew all of that. I got this because it looks good, and I'm okay with that. Especially for the price that I paid for. Same goes with Batman. So I know exactly what I'm walking into. I'm a guy who likes posing figures. I like taking pictures and all that stuff. But I never had any Robin yet. I had the 66 Robin back in the day. Never had any attachment to it though. Just because I guess that wasn't my timeline. This was more of my timeline. Remember the movie? Wasn't really fond of the movie though. But at the end of the day, he's Robin. He looks great. So I was just like, why not, right? So as you can see here, just unboxing it, it comes with hands and a stand, and that is practically it. This is like Hot Toys from, I don't know, 2014 or something. But he looks pretty great. He doesn't have rolling eyeball system compared to Batman. His base is a DX style base similar to Batman. You see the battery compartment. DX, by DX I mean the old DX, the DX11s of the world. I think that stopped with DX11, or maybe DX13. DX13 has a different, it's supposed to have light, put AAA batteries underneath it, but it doesn't have one. The base is not bad. I'm not going to complain about that. We'll take a closer look at what it comes with, or the lack thereof, in the accessory section. But he has a few hands. You see the hand this is more of an accessory hand, although he doesn't come with any accessories. But if you do get Batman, then you could kind of lend him some accessories. I gotta rewatch the movie. I watched it once when I reviewed Batman. I should have done it here just to see if he actually used anything. Didn't want to. Not gonna lie. You got open palm hands there. He's actually not as bad articulation wise. You can actually do some poses still, and this is the base. I like the base. It does have that Riddler, insignia on it, the question mark. Robin, at least that's not plastic. That's like a metallic thing right there. So tailoring for this guy, his outfit is made out of rubber. That is why you don't get any articulation whatsoever. It does look good though. So this is where you're gonna kind of measure in, practicality or aesthetics. Aesthetic wise, I think you can only achieve this kind of look if it's not fabric, if it's more rubber. If you do the Spider-Man, kind of suit, you probably could, but it won't have the muscle fillings on it, and it wouldn't be as shiny. So in this case, I understand the decision, right? I understand that Hot Toys first and foremost needs to be aesthetically pleasing first, and if you want something that's more movable, perhaps you can go to Mesco or something in that line. And he almost fell because he's not as sturdy. The cape is not bad. I don't know if I don't think it's pleather, but it feels like one. It does have wires on the grooves in the middle, not towards the bottom though, but it's good enough that you could simulate a dynamic pose using it. The material that they use is shiny. It could move on the arms, on the legs, not so much, but aesthetic wise, it is beautiful to look at. There's so much presence, by the colors, by the shininess, one piece boot. This is the part where you don't even need two-piece boot. It doesn't move. Head sculpt, I think it looks great. So I just got this from the internet. I should have probably just trimmed it down a little bit. His eyes are super blue on that one. It's not that noticeable, although it is blue. It is not as sharp as the one that you saw in the pictures, but I think it's a pretty good head sculpt. Initially I was just like, they should have included a rolling eyeball system, and I still kind of stand on that. However, because the eyes are so sunk in, it's dark, with the black makeup on it, I don't know if it's really gonna stand out or gonna make a difference. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if that would convey movement or emotions anyway. So would I love to see it? Sure, but it is what it is. They didn't include it. At least the price is pretty reasonable for this guy. But the texture, I think the likeness is there. The shape of the face, the hair, the mask, everything. Maybe the eyes could have been a little bit brighter blue, or maybe lighter, so to speak. But it's okay. It's okay. It's really not noticeable, especially if you're not staring at it using a macro lens that I did have here. Although he does look phenomenal in hand. This is the part where it doesn't exist. So articulation, he can look up. This is one piece neck and head sculpt, by the way. Good decision in my opinion, because you don't want any seams to be showing, because he already doesn't move that much anyway. It is soft ratchet. You could move it up, but it's gonna fight you to bounce back. Even if when you hold this and you're raising the arm, you can see it's bunching up on the shoulders. And also, if you're gonna do this, I suggest you hold them by the joint so you don't break the joints and all that stuff, because there's a lot of tugging and pulling that's gonna happen when you do this. Almost no ab crunch. Rightfully so. You can see it's one piece suit from the abdomen all the way down to his crotch. Speaking of his crotch, I'm holding it. Yep, there you go. Yep, my hands are resting on it. Legs, I'm having trouble. It does, you can feel the click every time you move it. So it does have that ratchet on it. It's not strong enough though to hold it. I mean, you can get away with upper body movement. Even the knees. The knees are, normally you would bend past. I guess at this point it doesn't really matter. Again, I knew what I was going into. There's some movement on the bicep swivel you can see here, but yeah, the suit is restrictive, and that's okay. It happens. Let's put him in some poses here. This is the most popular pose that everyone can put him on, because this is one of the only poses that you could actually put him on. Even though I would say on the next pose that I did, I was extremely happy with how that pose turned out. But this one, the more popular one, doesn't take a lot of effort. Although I still wouldn't recommend putting him in this pose for a long period of time, because that elbow joint is bent over, it's creasing, and it might damage the suit over time. So even at this very basic pose, I wouldn't do that. Here he is, just kind of like punching someone. I like it. And then you move his cape where it's kind of flowing in the air when he punched someone. I kind of like this. I kind of like this look. And it works. I think it works very well for him. And at least you can kind of simulate some, you turn the body a little bit, just a tiny bit, little rotation on the hip of him punching someone. You can put like a random guy in a suit or something like that. And then you get the cape flowing in the direction of where he's swinging. And this is more of just like a badass pose, so to speak, just standing there in the middle of this Jim Carrey machine, whatever it is that he does have. And yeah, like I said, like miniature poses. Because one advantage he does have with Batman is that his neck could actually move. So you could, again, kind of fool the camera that he's moving one direction, even though the body itself doesn't make a whole lot of movement. But at least you can tilt his head down, look at it left, right, and some subtle movements would make the difference. And finally, I have him next to Batman and him kind of just walking. I never had him when I reviewed Batman last month. I was just kind of like, I wasn't sure if I was going to get Robin. But I was happy not moving Batman. I was just like, hey, you know what? If I want to move other figures, I'll just pick up other figures. Having that announcement or that tease by Hot Toys with Batman and Robin kind of pushed me in here. Kind of like, I kind of like this look a little better. The Batman and Robin, the Schumacher one, the Bat Nips. He looks too similar to Robin, while this is more of a traditional green and red Robin, where that's kind of like when I grew up watching the TV shows and the cartoons and the comics. So I was like, I'd rather go with this. Not saying I wouldn't get that. I still might. But in the meantime, I'll enjoy this. And my final thoughts on this Robin, okay, it's very simple. If you like posing figures, this is not going to pose. If you don't like the movie, don't pick it up. If you're a DC fan, might as well, right? I mean, it's kind of on sale. Looks good on the shelf. He does have that colors popping up. So, but know exactly what you're getting yourself into. You're getting a figure that barely poses. Now, if you're a guy who doesn't pose a lot anyway, and you want to leave a figure in a museum pose, then I highly recommend this for you, because he does look great. There's only 2 Robins in the Hot Toys realm, and he is still available. The other one's probably expensive by now, and it kind of requires you to buy the other Batman, which is also expensive. Well, they're both cheap, both Batman and Robin. So if you're a DC fan, you sort of like the movie, sure, I'd recommend it. But if you absolutely hate the movie, don't punish yourself and get this. And now you're going to get aggravated because he can't move. But in reality, he's still a pretty good figure. Or should we say, I would say figure, because you saw him. I can pose him, the upper body. I can move around with it. He's more poseable than Batman. And to be honest with you, I kind of enjoyed him. I thought I was going to enjoy Batman more, but I kind of enjoyed him more, I guess, because I don't really have any Robins. And he looks pretty good. So, yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Do you have one? Do you regret getting it? What do you feel about it? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.